I am the brain of the operation.
Hello world and welcome back to Awesomenauts. I'm your host Bunny and this is Voltar, or Voltar. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Either way, he's a healer, mainly support. His main attack ability, if you want to call it that, is healing. He can summon a few little drones that will fire at enemies, and he can summon a heal bot that just stands, a heal tower if you will, that stands there for a few seconds. We start with using drones because that's our only offensive ability we have at all at the moment. I've also chosen to give him the ability to change his healing wave basic attack ability into an actual attack ability, so he doesn't just heal, he does damage with it instead. The reason I've chosen this is because he has the heal tower, which does a lot of healing as it is without help. Also, healing isn't that important in this game, especially not when you have Clunk on your side. And further, the range you can get on those attacks is rather amazing, and I'm enjoying it. It's also a nice little touch to be able to switch it over and surprise your enemies, which expect you to just be healing and having little bots running around. So currently we're just standing here, Froggy G comes in and stuns the whole team and runs away. Sadly, Voltar also has a very low health, which isn't the greatest thing for a healer to have, but I digress. Further, his jumping specialty is the fact that he can hover in the air and slowly glide down instead of just falling. Very helpful against... Ooh, that hurt. Very helpful against enemies like Yori or other flyers that likes to jump around. Also good for escape on open maps. Let's go back and heal up a little bit. We are gonna pick more drones, I think. More drones, always good because it's my currently only offensive ability. I could have picked up the nightmare attacks, making my healing wave into damage right away, but I feel at this stage in the game, the healing from the healing wave is big enough to actually be relevant. It's only 6 heal per attack, and it shoots, what, every 2 seconds, 1 to 2 seconds, something like that. That wasn't very helpful, but he shouldn't have extended that far. Either way, the healing early game from the healing wave is so good that it's actually useful, but it becomes utterly useless later in the game when everyone has upgraded their health enough. So I'm keeping it for now and relying on my little swarming drones that... they don't do too much damage, but they can still push people away at least. They're also very prone to dying from Froggy G, so I think we might as well just walk away from it. Just clearing up the lane, there's very little our enemies can do, they got too close to the tower at this point. Clunk jumping in, hitting both of ours. I do the healing, I keep healing, but Clunk decided to go away instead, leaving me alone in the lane. For whatever reason. Comes Clunk back. Need some help. Regular pushing off the lane. Thankfully, in difference of how League of Legends and other games like Dota and stuff, the setup time where you just level up and gain money in some way is very short, and it's mostly about action. Which solves the biggest issue I have with those kind of games. Might suffer from this too as well, even though not as much. It's not as much of a time investment in this game as in other Dota games, and that's good for casuals, and the world is casual, so we're only doing lane pushing. Froggy G tries to jump in and botches his water jet attack, whatever it's called. Clunk lands in, explodes, and kills someone. And back to healing. Enemy Clunk lands and almost kills 2 of us. Lone Star runs away, time for the rest of us to run away as Clunk goes down in health as well. The next we're gonna get the healing tower. Showing off the hovering ability just a little bit. This means that I can now actually heal myself as well, because the healing wave does not heal itself in any way. This tower can later be upgraded with the ability to shoot at enemies as well, just like everything else I can upgrade, as well as doing pushback to enemies. Very helpful. Self-healing, only 4 instead of 6 from a healing wave, but it's better than nothing. Froggy G just killed 2 of my 3 drones even. And we need to push this little, if I can get up there. There we go. So we have our 3 flyers. So far as I can see, they only stack up to 3 and then stop stacking, so it's always good to check back on them. We're gonna put some investment into more drones at this point. Healing is still relevant from healing wave, and the tower isn't relevant enough at any point. Can't do much except put out the healing tower, which slows the bots down at least while our bots arrive. Clunk going for it and managing actually to hit me, but then kills himself. Gives me a lot of money at least, which I enjoy greatly. Self-healing up. And here's our Clunk back finally. Very early self-destruct, which did very little. And as you can see, this character is very boring to play at first, because all you can really do is stand around, hold heal, and keep your little tiny drones out and hope they do something useful. Sadly, they auto-attack according to whatever algorithm and sometimes doesn't bother with the enemies. They also die really fast from anything AoE. As you can see, half of them just went down. Spawning a few new ones. Trying to heal Clunk, but he runs away instead. And down goes all my drones again. Up with them one more time. Froggy G lands on them, kills them, and Clunk takes out the last 2. And I'm out of drones again. So all I can really do is try to heal Lone Star up while pushing Clunk away a little bit at least with my drones. And he kills them all again. We're pushing lane, trying to get into the tower now. Lone Star has gotten his Hyper Ball, which helps a whole lot, keeping everything away. Froggy G landing in again. Clunk coming as well, missing. Healing up. Froggy G trying to jump in from behind. Thankfully my drones is actually useful when he doesn't do anything. Keeping Clunk alive. Froggy G goes down. Lone Star still alive. Everyone has run off, but he didn't expect my drones to actually hurt. And our next upgrade shall be the knockback, some health and some speed. I've gathered up a good amount of money there. Let's get back before our tower goes down. We're actually pushing back again, so that was just a minor inconvenience. Healing up, push back on Clunk, meaning he just goes away, letting us finish the tower. So it's now 3 against 1, turret is almost destroyed. I suspect I might not be able to survive this. Thankfully Lone Star comes in and throws out his ball, pushing everything away for a little bit. Dynamites, and I get pushed back. Turret almost destroyed, still up though. Clunk is in there in the fray, let's try to heal him up a little bit. There we go, everything gets heals. Have a big bots that I should probably try to keep alive as long as possible. It does a whole lot of damage and it's really useful. Let's get up to it. It should still be alive, hopefully. It's still at full health even, so I'm not too stressed out. Waiting for our cooldowns to finish, and there we go. And this bloody Hyperball. Everyone hates the Hyperball, but the Hyperball is really useful. Let's go back to base. I have 360 solar at this point, so might as well spend it. Because here are our Twisted Nightmares. It's time to bring them out. Turns my healing wave red and lets it do a whole lot of damage. Well, not a whole lot at this point, but enough to surprise our enemies, which is what I'm really after. Let's see if we can chase Froggy G. He clearly ran off and is on the top fighting someone. New drones out. This is my only heal now, so I hope Clunk realizes that. Takes down Froggy G. Let's go pushing as requested. Sadly, there's always a... Oh, never mind, he just jumped away and ruined it for himself. Sadly, the situation is that Clunk cannot rely on me anymore to heal him, which isn't currently something I have the time to tell him. And that hurt. Healing, pushing back, giving me enough room to actually teleport back. I suspect they will be taking down the tower now as well, but that's okay. We can add range to our healing wave, making it even better. The range of this now Twisted Nightmares rather than healing wave becomes very long after the last upgrade. Froggy G, Clunk, it's 3 against 1 and I'm at full health, so I'm optimistic here because they're actually very low on health, giving me enough time to bother them. And now I might want to head back. 3 versus 1 is still never a good idea, but if you can harass them just a little bit extra while your allies come to help you, it might just be worth it. Our Clunk is on a killing spree, clearly. I'm not one to complain. Let's push this, and we have the big guy. He just killed all of my little drones. Thankfully, he's very easy to take care of if you're alone, because you can just jump over him, because he can only fire left and right, not up and down. And that hurt a whole lot. Might want to go back to base again, or at least go up here and get some health up, hoping no one's here. Froggy G is here, but for some reason decided to jump straight into a wall rather than anything else. Healing tower out, he can't get near me when it's up. And now he's low on health instead, and dead. And I'm at full health. That was well worth the hassle. Let's see, Clunk trying to take me out, healing tower up, pushing him away, giving me the time to return to my group. And chasing him back. That hurt. I'm very low on health. Time to get away, leaving their team to take care of it. And full health again. As you can see, with the drone number upgraded and then Twisted Nightmare, suddenly we can actually pack quite a big punch. If done right, and no AoE is involved, so for better or worse, it takes some situational things to actually be useful, but for some reason Froggy G doesn't want to engage me here. I'm not sure why, but I'm not one to complain at this point. Here's Clunk exploding on me again. I really should invest in some health at this point, and I'm dead because of something. Not quite sure what happened, but dead I am. We're at, well, 2-1 for being a healer isn't all that bad, and I'm also in the lead of levels, so I'm not gonna complain. 400 solar to spend as well, so it's gonna be a nice little list of upgrades when I get down. What are we gonna spend on? We're gonna Sure, actually. Range, of course. For some reason I decided not to spend the rest of my money. I'm not sure why, but I just wanted to play with how the incredible range of Twisted Nightmares at this point. I can reach Froggy G from quite a long bit, and there down he goes. Put up a turret, tower that pushes him away, and get away. Clunk saw where I was going with that one and chases me, which I'm not too happy about, but his self-destruct seems to be on cooldown, which is awesome for me at this moment. How did that hit me? I don't know, but I'm gonna blame lag in this case. Thankfully, our Clunk comes helping, but I get a lost hit. Doesn't make me any better, it just makes me look better. Let's heal up for what it's worth. Froggy G decides to join in. And it does strike me that we can't just stand here, because they're pushing the lane below and just going up here is utterly useless if there's no bolts coming. Maybe we shouldn't be standing here as well. Let's put up the healing tower and run away. Oh, our tower has actually gone down. Time to push back, maybe. Not sure where they went. I think Clunk is over there being a really big nuisance. He is, and the tower saves him, thankfully. Time for me to go as well, I suspect. Lone Star is still down there, but he can usually manage himself. The Hyper Bull does so much pleasurable things to your opponents. That sounded really wrong. And that's the reason for gliding. It let me help me take the health, giving me some extra time here to enjoy with our enemies. Time to chase Froggy G away, and that hurt a whole lot. Also, Clunk has now upgraded to stunning on bite, which I should have seen coming. I really should have. Still, I'm keeping a good lead in my kill death ratio at least. Clunk is still far ahead, but for some reason he hasn't been killing bots enough. Our enemies are clearly pushing quite hard right now. And as soon as I get down, I will be buying stuff. I just realized I have 556 solar. Let's spend them all on attack speed and health. I should be buying the pushback for Twisted Nightmares as well at some point, but right now I wanted more health because I keep going down to 1 bite and 1 self-destruct from Clunk roughly, and that is not very helpful. Let's see what we can do, if we can spawn another flyer here to add a little bit to the push. Clunk is being chased off, and I get hit in the middle of it all. Thankfully, the opponent's Clunk self-destruct is clearly on cooldown. So let's chase him back, which was really stupid of me because everyone else joined in. And now he gets away for free. I should have seen that one coming, shouldn't I? So another death, another fly down. This isn't my best game, I have to admit. And they're again pushing. It looks like they're pushing the lower lane for whatever reason. The minimap is really small when you're playing this resolution, so it's hard to see what's actually going on. I can see if people are moving pretty much. We can't buy anything because I didn't get anything done really. But we have our drones, which are keeping with me. Tower down, some healing up, and my long range Twisted Nightmares to keep them away. A little bit at bay. I should have upgraded it with the pushback as well, but I'm not quite sure why I didn't. I'm sure I had a great plan in mind at least, so I'm gonna blame for that. Let's heal up a little bit. I was hoping they would be coming for me instead of going up. Clunk tries to self-destruct, actually hits me, and I'm low on health again. Froggy G tries to take me out. Thankfully I have Clunk on my side at full health. I feel it's not really the time to go back just yet, because I'm trying to push the lane and I should be able to find health up here. Froggy G and our Clunk is on it as well. Froggy G very excited about seeing me at low health. Thankfully I have my hover ability keeping me alive. Froggy G is back. I actually think I can take him out right now. I have my healing tower, which will also keep him away, which gives me a lot more time to try to kill him. Doesn't work too well. Let's just go away, spawn these, and get back into the lane instead. You don't want to spend too much time fighting up in the jungle with someone, because it fills no real purpose. It's really easy to make the fight really drawn out, and then you're just wasting your time, pretty much. If you can't get a quick kill, you might as well walk away from it. And so far I feel that that's one of the harder things to do when you've played a lot of other MOBA games, is to just walk away from a fight where there's no tower or anything to save them. Really hard to do. You really want to chase them down for some reason. And Lone Star gets away with very little health. I need to find some extra health myself. I'm at half health, but at this point you do enough damage to actually take that half away really quickly. Froggy G trying some fancy tricks against Clunk, not doing too well. Blue team apparently dominating. That means I should probably be running. Spawn these guys again, they help a lot with damage, give them some healing, keeping them alive. And Lone Star tries to land on me. Clunk at very low health, and I managed to take him out. Lone Star also goes down. Froggy G is the only one who's left, meaning we should really try to take him out or push the lane. He can't really do anything up there. And he's also very, very afraid of Clunk. He runs away, and me being at low health, I feel it's kind of the time to chase after him as well, which might not be the best of ideas I've had. Thankfully I can get away from him quite easily. He's still chasing me, but I will easily manage to get to the tower. Let's get back to base and buy some more stuff. More damage on drones, because I've noticed they don't care too much about the drones, which are now what, I think I have 4 of them, and they shoot for 8 a piece or something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 4 of them, and they actually shoot for 9 now each. Which is, it's not any damage to be ashamed of, that's for sure. Manage to chase people back as soon as they see their health drop. They like to engage. They like to engage you as you're supposed to only be a healer, and that's me overextending. Stupid, stupid. Now I have a 25-second wait. I'm still ahead on my KD ratio, which I'm enjoying. Clunk is clearly the leader of the kills here. And I'm not sure why the devs don't want to nerf the Clunk bot, because he's very much better than all the other bots, but let us get down to ground and see if we can finish this game off. They're still... Why are they fighting my lower turret? Our lower turret even. We're a team here. We can't buy anything at this point. Our tower is being attacked. Nothing here. Lone Star is here, trying to be fancy. Let's chase him for a bit. Surprise him with the fact that I actually do damage now. Froggy G coming from the other side, might not want to engage too far into that. Clunk coming to help. Back we go. Their Clunk is coming to help now. Meaning I should probably be leaving. Healing up, but that hurt, so now it's time to try to run. I just barely make it away from Froggy G, that thankfully had everything on cooldown from the looks of it. And push back to our Twisted Nightmares is now up, which should make a little bit of a difference, if I can actually hit something with it. From the looks of it, it's actually not doing any pushback. Well, that is a pushback. It looks like it's not doing pushback on every shot, but rather every other shot or something like that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Every third shot then? Or just randomly. Might also just have an internal cooldown, I suppose, but it would be nice if the developers decided to actually put in some information regarding how it works, because no one likes random stats in games like these. We have Lone Star trying to get in on me. He's doing quite a good job as well from the looks of it. But here comes my team to save the day. Clunk taking the brute force of the dynamite in his face. Prodigy coming from behind to run up, and Clunk has managed to take down the drill, so that's GG simply put, and I wasn't even there to see it. Anyways, that was Voltron. A very strange character. In fairness, it is a three-eyed brain in a jar, so I mean, can't really judge him based on that. But anyways, I will be back shortly with the next character. Don't go anywhere.